welcome to Stone 12 Days of IPA, episode 6 of
Brutal Battle.
And that's it. This is the final episode. Hopefully it'll be better than the last episode because those beers just, they're too bitter.
So bitter.
And as we talked about during that episode, those are from a bygone era. Like, being that bitter, we don't need that anymore. We're more under control. Actually, we've gone too far the other direction. Hoping that what we have in front of us for these final two are more even-keeled. They should be, because we really like the delicious double IPA. I loved it. You liked it. These are two different versions of delicious. So the first one, I'll just say now, the first one is just straight-up delicious IPA, and the second one is delicious citrus IPA. So I figure we'll do the base first, and then the citrus, just to see the difference. And I figured doing these together would be fun, just so you can see how different they really are,
Sure.
Back to back. So, do you want to introduce the first one, Delicious IPA?
You just did. Delicious IPA.
Well, ABV.
7.7%.
That's kind of up there. It's a little high.
And there's no flavor text.
Oh, really?
There's no.
Okay. Well, then we're not doing it.
It just says drink fresh.
Fine. Yeah, and we are drinking it pretty fresh, so I hope it has a very nice tropical nose. I'd like a tropical nose here. Oh, I can just hand that to you.
Okay.
There you go.
It looks like an IPA. It's like yellow-orange.
All right. It's orange. Yeah, yellow-orange. I mean, it looks kind of like the regular Stone IPA.
Yeah.
In appearance.
Yeah. I mean, they all
Okay.
have looked kind of similar.
The nose is kind of low-key.
Very light.
Like we were saying on the last episode, that Ruination had a very kind of light nose. This one really does too. There is a bitterness on the nose that seems pretty in check.
Man. I can't.
It smells kind of sweet to me.
Yeah.
Like, for me, there's a little bit of pine, but the majority of what I'm getting is kind of like a dehydrated orange because it has that sweetness and it has that bitterness going together. And it's definitely like a generic citrus.
I was just going to say, to me, it's just like citrus. Like, I don't know if I can suss out, like, exactly. And you really have to reach. Man, this is a very...
Yeah, I thought this would have more of a nose to it.
No.
But honestly, as I continue to sniff it and I take like deeper sniffers? Yeah, deeper sniffers, I'm getting more bitterness perception. So we'll see how it is taste-wise. But you already did.
I already took a sip. I love the mouthfeel.
Ooh, that's a great mouthfeel.
It's a great mouthfeel.
It's like medium-low.
And
that's nice.
I'm getting a lot of the orange. Like, it's very orangey to me.
It's smooth.
It is smooth. I like it. It's not, like, super heavy on the flavor.
Yeah,
This is, like, a good kind of beer to have, like, pay attention to, not pay attention to. It's well-balanced. The flavor could be dialed up a little bit more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I like what I taste.
So, for what the flavor is, the bitterness is relatively high. But
you think so?
But in general, the bitterness is not too much.
Oh, right.
You see what I mean? Like, relationship to the actual... Like, in relation to the actual flavors there, I think it's a little too high. Maybe dial that back.
Because the flavors aren't able to balance it out.
Yeah, but just as, like, baseline perceiving... Like, drinking and perceiving bitterness, it's not too high.
No,
like, it's
not
fine. I'd be interested to see if it tastes different when we come back to it after doing the citrus.
7.7.
I do like this. I see how this is kind of the single version of the Delicious Double IPA. It is pretty good. And it does kind of remind me, with having a bit more of a viscosity to it, it reminds me a lot of the Delicious Double IPA. And some of the flavor profile, like, it is very... Like you were saying, it's very heavy on that, like, sweet, dehydrated orange.
Yeah.
But I am getting some pininess with it as well.
It's very orangey, I think. Okay, let's do
Pretty good. I do like that.
Crack open the citrus one. I'm really interested in
comparing
these two.
Oh, this is also 7.7.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the same one, just probably, like, different hops. I can get some water. All right, we'll crack this bad boy open. Yeah, I do have higher hopes for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do like that first one.
Yeah, I did
straight
like the
up
first
delicious
one,
and
too.
nice.
It's not going to, like, I think, top my number one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this lands. Okay. Let's go. They look the same?
I think this one's more orange.
The citrus one?
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. Oh, yeah. Well, and it's hazy. Like, it's relatively cloudy. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot darker. It's kind of like almost like slightly brown. Very
I
weird.
wouldn't go that far.
Oh, wait. I wasn't catching the light right. Yeah, it is more orange.
But definitely orange.
Okay, let's get into this nose. Come on. Yeah.
Definitely citrus.
Yeah.
Definitely more citrusy. The nose is definitely more pronounced.
I'm getting like a little like tangerine.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like a lighter, more vibrant citrus.
It's juicy.
Yeah, it definitely has a nice juiciness on the nose.
Maybe a little grapefruit.
Yeah, no, you're actually, yeah, that's better than, I think that's closer than the tangerine that I was saying. I think you're right on that. Definitely grapefruit. There is bitterness on the nose, but it definitely seems like perception-wise, it's a lot less than what I was getting on the nose for the delicious.
It's just so juicy. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going in.
It does smell good. It literally smells like probably a better version of the delicious IPA.
I think it is a better version. Taste-wise.
Oh,
it's
sweeter.
It's a little sweeter. It's a little more vibrant.
Yeah, it is. Like it pops on your palate. Like where the delicious is kind of like darker flavors with more showcasing of the bitterness. This kind of downplays the bitterness and it's more like bright, vibrant citrus kind of popping on your tongue.
I really like this one.
This one's nice.
I really like
this. This is quite nice. And it's interesting because the level of sweetness in comparison to the delicious and then also from last episode, because we're recording this episode right after that one with the Ruination and the Stone IPA. So in comparison to the three beers we had prior to this one, it seems like the bitterness is like way less. Even though I know that probably compared to a more modern IPA right now, it would be more bitter, like significantly more bitter.
I think it's a little bit of a thinner mouthfeel.
It is.
Than the delicious, but it's not.
I'm down with that though.
Yeah, it's not like, I don't love like a thin beer in my mouthfeel, but this is like, okay.
Also, the sweetness seems like it's almost a little out of control, but I think that's in comparison to having just had beers that are very bitter. Yeah. So I like the sweetness on it, but when I taste it, the sweetness comes in and it starts to like build and it feels like it's going to become too much at some point, but it kind of like gets close to the line of my threshold and then backs down. So that's good.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
It's a good one.
Glad we're finishing.
I really like this. Yeah, this delicious citrus IPA. I mean, the delicious is good, but I like the citrus even better. Yeah, me too. It's like way more earthy and piney now.
Yeah.
Like any of the like those orange notes of kind of getting masked by what you were getting from the citrus one.
Because the citrus is so vibrant.
It's still good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both still good. Okay, so this is where we're going to pause for a minute. We're going to get our final rankings together. But for you guys, the magic of editing, we'll just go right into it. All right, so we got our ranking set, and Rebecca's going to go first on hers from last to first.
Last to first. Okay, all right, and we are different.
Yeah, we're not hugely different. Yeah. Just a little different here and there.
Okay, so number 12?
Yeah, I mean, you can just run up.
Okay, I'll just run up. So at the bottom is Fear Movie Lions Hazy Double IPA. Above that is Never Ending Haze. Above that is Hazy IPA. Above that is Ruination IPA. Then Stone IPA. Then Tangerine Express Hazy IPA. Then Go-To IPA. Then Sublimely Self-Righteous Black IPA. Then Delicious IPA. Then Delicious Citrus IPA. then that Lemon Shark Double IPA, which was the one with the white grape skins, and then Delicious IPA.
Okay. Delicious Double IPA. Yeah.
Double IPA, sorry.
So mine is, some of the stuff's pretty similar, but there are definitely some big differences, actually, here and there. So my last one is Never Ending Haze. Then Ruination IPA. Then their straight up Hazy IPA. Then the Stone IPA. Then Tangerine Express Hazy IPA. Then Go To IPA. Then Fear Lions Hazy Double IPA. Fear Movie Lions Hazy Double IPA. Then Delicious IPA. Then Sublimely Self-Righteous Black IPA. Then Delicious Citrus IPA. Then Lemon Shark Double IPA with the white grape skins. And number 1, Delicious Double IPA.
Yeah, so our number 1 and 2 are the same.
Yeah. 1 and 2 and 3.
Oh, 1, 2, and 3.
Delicious Citrus.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So the top 3 are very solid for us.
Yeah.
And those are very good beers.
Yeah.
Like, actually, when I look at it, like, I would definitely get the Delicious Double IPA again. I would definitely do the Lemon Shark again. I would definitely do the Delicious Citrus again. And I feel like I would do the Self-Righteous again. And then after that, I don't need to. That's kind of how I feel. What about you? Like, what are there ones on there where you're just like, I definitely want that again, or I would drink that again?
Oh, yeah,
or...
for sure. Like the Delicious Lemon Shark, the Delicious Citrus, the Delicious, the Sublimely Self-Righteous.
Okay. So overall assessment as a beer pack.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I think you'll definitely find ones you like, maybe ones you don't like, because there is a wide range of IPAs in the pack.
Well, and the interesting thing is I do feel like it hits all the stages of where we've been with IPAs. It's got like the very high IBU super bitter ones. It's got some in the middle, and then it's got the new hazy IPAs, which don't have much at all. So it's an interesting IPA look at kind of IPA history in a way. Because it even has the session IPA in there, the black IPA in there, which were like 2 flash in the pan popular styles for, very small amounts of time. But I mean, I think it's a really interesting pack for that reason. And I'm sure people who are Stone fans probably would see that pack and be like, oh yeah. So I was just hoping that they would have maybe some other, maybe in the future they can do something like this if they keep doing it. Have some more interesting stuff with more additives to it, like more adjuncts. Like I was saying, like we had that, I think the Tangerine Express one before with like vanilla added to it. Or actually, I think it was Ruination with tangerine and vanilla added.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it was really good. So like maybe something like that, or like I was talking about on one of the other episodes, their coffee IPA that they had done before, maybe bring that one back. Which I feel like it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility, because as we read with some of these beers, they were just bringing them back for a limited time just for this pack, basically. Like the Stone IP, or the Ruination, they were just bringing back limited. The Sublimely Self-Righteous was limited as well. So they could be, and I'm sure the Lemon Shark was limited. So there'd be room for some more limited runs if they do this again. So I'm going to look for it next year and see how different it is. Probably wouldn't do podcast episodes on it, but if we do end up getting it because they have enough interesting different stuff, maybe just pull out what's different and do episodes with those. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see what they have.
It's just, will it pique our interest,
Right. Like, or are they going to do the exact same thing?
But I would like to just get a 6-pack of the Delicious Double IPA.
Yeah.
Just to have.
I don't think they...
I know it's higher ABV, but it's worth it.
I don't remember seeing a ton of Stone.
No. Well, but here's the other thing, is like, there are so many breweries that are distributed now, and they kind of have to at this point because the craft beer industry is not doing as well as it used to do. So breweries used to be able to really rely on sales direct from them, like in brewery and local distribution. But they're more and more having to rely on distribution to get rid of some of their other beer and actually make good sales. So we have so many competing breweries at this point, and there's only so much shelf space that if you go to, like, we have, like, 2 liquor stores that are, like, super close. Like, they're within a mile of each other. And if you go to one of them and then you go to the other one, they don't have the same breweries and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, their stock is vastly different. So they're making choices at each liquor store as to what they do or don't want to carry. And sometimes it's because, you know, that's what's selling. And sometimes they're just, like, taking a chance on stuff or being like, oh, this sounds interesting. And, like, the one that we go to in particular, like, I see sometimes that they're kind of like, I feel like they should be a little more adventurous with the variety they're getting, because they'll go all in on certain breweries, like Imprint Brewing. I noticed, like, they had this time period. I don't know if it's still like that because I need to look a little closer, but they were getting, like, as many of their schmoojie beers as possible. And they were just taking up so much shelf space. And those don't really interest us because we had one of their smoogies and it was terrible. And we were like, okay, not really interested. But it's taking up, like, all this shelf space because they have all these different smoogies by one brewery. But there's so many other breweries that are just blocked out. Like, where's the 6 Point? I haven't seen 6 Point there, like, at all. You were saying, like, you barely ever see any Stone. I've seen a little Stone there, but I think I only see, like, 2 offerings or something. I mean, there are, and we know that Landmade Brewing, who we loved, their lagers, when we, you know, went to them and we did a showcase recently, they distribute up this far because one of the liquor stores near us carries it. There's none at the liquor store we typically go to.
Yeah.
So it's hard, you know, like, you don't really know what you necessarily can get. That's the problem. But, you know, is what it is. This is what's happening. And, you know, maybe at some point you will be able to see more of what's out there because more breweries will end up going under, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because they are going under. There are definitely breweries that keep going under because we have a lot. A lot. And there's more breweries opening. But anyway, just a little diatribe there. But anyway, thanks everyone for checking this out. Hopefully people enjoyed this little experiment getting into this pack of beers. Not going to do all the things at the end of this because I did in the last one. But hey, thanks everyone for listening. Stay tuned for where we go next. And until next time,
keep it brutal.